and for the name I will call it Azure AWS VPN route table. Now for the propagate gateway routes, I will choose yes, and tags will not edit them, then review and create. I will create the route table. So once the resource is created, you have to scroll down here and then add new routes. I will call it first route and add the prefix will be the IP address of our VPC on our AWS account, and then here the next hop type you can either choose the virtual network, either the virtual network gateway, the virtual network, internet, virtual appliance, none. So this virtual network means that you can any traffic that is routed through this IP address go to the virtual network. So this packet will not be allowed to go to the outside. The internet means to go to the outside, and then the virtual appliance means that you use an instance, right? Because if we click on this virtual network, this virtual appliance, you have to enter the IP address of the instance that you want to use to go to. For example, you have two subnets, the first subnet and the second subnet, the private subnet and the public subnet, and you want the traffic to go from the private subnet from an Azure VM in private subnet to the public subnet across or via using another Azure VM in that private subnet. But in our case, we'll use the virtual network gateway and click on OK. Then we have to associate this. We have to associate to this route table subnets. So what are the subnets that want this route table to have, or what are the roles that want, what are the subnets that want these roles to be applied on them? Because as you know, because you have to know something, that Azure gave the priority for the user-defined routes. For example, if Azure if the system create a route table, for example, if here the route to this IP address go to the virtual or go to virtual appliance, and the user define another route that add the same prefix, and in the next hop type is choose the virtual network gateway, then Azure will give the priority to the user defined route, means to this route instead of the route that Azure gave by default. So go to subnets, click on associate, and here we choose our virtual network, and then in subnet I will choose my private subnet one and click on OK. So if I come back here, right here, and then think, but if, for example, if I come here now and to this route, here this route, and I want to edit, and then I will choose none, means if when any packet that is forwarded to this IP address, you just throw it. Then for now, if we try to ping, sorry, right? Oh yes, here we have you can see that the ping does not work here because I have edit a route table here. But if we try to go to the VM, right, go to our virtual machine, and in that virtual machine I will go to the networking. We'll scroll down here, right? Ansible server, and then networking, security, come back here to networking, and as you can see here, that by default Azure sorry so now if we try to edit sorry so once we come back to our route tables and then try to edit our route table, so the next hop type none, so this server is not able to ping to our server in our AWS or our bastion in AWS account. For that I will click on this route and edit, choose the virtual network. So now our server will be able to route. If I try and ping again, it will work. So once the connections are established between our two servers, So now I can